Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you.
Big time stuff there. We saw all the emotions at the end of this match. What was going through your mind?
So much. I think at the end of the match, my legs just kind of buckled. They weren't working anymore, and it was an overwhelming wave of emotions, I guess. Yeah.
Great tennis, but I want to ask you too about playing on that court.
Yeah.
What did you notice? What did you take away from center court?
It was a very different experience for me from last year.
Nobody expected this Wimbledon match to become one of the tournament's biggest talking points. On paper, it looked like another difficult test for Alex Eala against one of the sport's greatest champions. But long before the first ball was struck, something extraordinary was already happening. Center court was packed, Filipino flags were everywhere, and fans who had never followed women's tennis were suddenly staying up through the night just to watch one player. Then, when the final point was won, Alex Eala collapsed to the grass as emotion completely took over. It wasn't just another victory, it felt like the moment the entire tennis world realized a new star had truly arrived. Even Iga Świątek admitted Eala played with incredible courage under pressure, while commentators couldn't stop praising the fearless way she attacked one of the game's toughest opponents. But what made this performance so different from every upset that came before wasn't just the result. Behind that unforgettable afternoon was a story of years of sacrifice, hidden struggles, and a transformation that almost nobody saw coming. And once you discover what happened before she ever stepped onto center court, this victory becomes even more remarkable.
Since the Miami tournament, Eala has one of the best, if not the best, second serve returns on the WTA Tour. And she can hit any type of return from both sides. So if you as a righty serve to the Eala backhand on the deuce side, she can go Jimmy Connors style down the line or cross court. She can do the same on the ad side. She can go inside out, and her favorite return on the backhand side is the inside in. And similarly on the forehand side, her favorite return is the one on the deuce side, where the player serves slice towards the tee or towards the middle of the...
Long before the packed crowds, television headlines, and standing ovations at Wimbledon, Alex Eala was simply a young girl from the Philippines chasing a dream that many believed was nearly impossible. Coming from a nation with very little history of producing Grand Slam contenders, she faced challenges that most top-ranked players never had to think about. Every major step forward required even greater sacrifice, and every tournament carried the weight of representing millions of hopeful fans back home. Instead of letting that pressure slow her down, Eala embraced it. Her decision to train at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy changed everything. Surrounded by elite coaches and world-class competition every single day, she learned that talent alone would never be enough. Discipline, consistency, and the ability to improve after every setback became the foundation of her game. Coaches quickly noticed her calm personality during high-pressure moments, while fellow players recognized how difficult she was becoming to break down mentally. Those years of quiet development never attracted huge headlines, but they built the player the world would eventually see on Wimbledon's biggest stage. And when her first major opportunity finally arrived, she proved that all those years of preparation had been leading towards something much bigger.
About me not handling the pressure well, and I was firing, shots. Today I wanted to be more calm and, play some balls in, but, I was mishitting, half of these returns, and I lost many points, I feel like. Maybe if I watch, I'm gonna see something else, but for me today was more about the tennis, and if I'm also happy how I came back.
Everything changed the moment Alex Eala defeated Iga Świątek for the first time. Many dismissed it as a one-off upset, but Eala's performance told a different story. She didn't rely on luck or mistakes, she matched one of the world's best with fearless shot-making, smart returns, and remarkable composure. Analysts began pointing out how early she takes the ball and how her aggressive return game constantly puts opponents under pressure. That victory didn't just earn her headlines, it earned her belief. From that moment on, the tennis world stopped seeing her as a promising youngster and started treating her as a genuine threat. But Wimbledon was about to prove that her rise was only getting started.
think I'd be making this many videos about women's tennis at Wimbledon, but once I researched Alex Eala's story, I couldn't resist this one. If you don't already know the name of Alex Eala, get ready because she is the first Filipino tennis player to make it through to the third round of a Grand Slam's singles tournament at Wimbledon. But that isn't the best thing about her story. In August last year, Eala wore a t-shirt designed by Manila-based designer Georgina Camus, which featured the national flower of the Philippines, the sampaguita. And for her Wimbledon look, she chose to honor her heritage but also send a message of strength, with this Filipino phrase embroidered into the back of.
By the time Wimbledon arrived, the atmosphere around Alex Eala had completely changed. Every match drew larger crowds, and Filipino flags filled the stands as fans traveled from around the world to support their rising star. Even neutral spectators wanted to see what all the excitement was about. Then came the biggest challenge of all, another meeting with Iga Świątek on the sport's most iconic court. Most people expected the defending champion to take control, but Eala stepped onto center court with the confidence of someone who truly believed she belonged there. And what happened next left the entire tennis world stunned.
Last year, before the match, I was really emotional because I was like, wow, the impact of this court. And I think before the match today, I think I was able to put myself in a mindset where it's still important. It's still a big match for me, but at the same time, it's like every other match, you know? So I think I had a good balance, yeah.
Talk more about the impact of the court. What does that mean to you?
I think it's just because this court has been the one that I've seen so many times, and you know, you're at the baseline before serving and you can imagine all the scenes of everybody winning their win.
From the very first game, Alex Eala refused to be intimidated. Instead of playing it safe, she attacked with confidence, taking the ball early and forcing Iga Świątek into uncomfortable positions. Every big point seemed to strengthen her belief, while the crowd grew louder with every spectacular rally. Even when the pressure reached its highest point, Eala stayed remarkably calm and trusted the game that had brought her this far. By the end of the match, it wasn't just the victory that amazed everyone, it was the fearless way she achieved it. But her emotional reaction afterward revealed a side of the story that fans didn't see during the match.
Victory over Świątek again. She obviously beat her in Miami a couple of 12 months ago. And now she's beaten her as the defending champion in the first win on a center court at Wimbledon. She's in the fourth round of a Grand Slam for the first time. Let's see what happens. All right, so 2 hours and 14 minutes. So the first set was super long. Both of them have set points. It never really felt like Eala was in trouble. Even if she had lost that first set, Eala was in control. It was really, really interesting to see how Świątek was just battling the entire time. You can see there that the serving was pretty consistent. Both of them were serving well-ish, but obviously the 5-double faults for Świątek really, really hurt her in the end. And actually,
when the final point was over, Alex Eala's legs gave out as emotion took over. During her interview, she admitted that the moment felt overwhelming and that everything she had worked for seemed to hit her at once. She also revealed how different this experience was from her first time on center court. Instead of being consumed by the occasion, she had learned to treat it like any other match while still appreciating the history surrounding her. That balance allowed her to play some of the best tennis of her career. But as impressive as the win was, an even bigger challenge was already waiting. The tournament continued. One thing became impossible to ignore: Alex Eala was no longer just a surprise story. Analysts praised her intelligent shot selection, quick returns, and fearless mindset against the world's best players. Fans began believing she could make an even deeper run, while opponents realized she was becoming one of the toughest players to face on grass. Every victory raised expectations, but Eala remained humble, focused only on the next challenge. And with the draw opening up, many started wondering if this incredible journey was only the beginning.
Before Roland Garros, what specific areas of Eala's clay court game do you see still needs the most improvement?
I think there's some improvement to be made, in particular with Alex's movement, specifically a little more development with the sliding technique, that being sliding into shots from corner to corner. In particular, when I watched Alex play, on a few occasions her movement out of the corners was a little stuttered due to slightly ineffective sliding, leaving her a little bit exposed when trying to retrieve her opponent's next shot.
What makes Alex Eala's rise even more remarkable is that it has become about far more than winning tennis matches. Every time she steps onto the court, she carries the hopes of millions of Filipino fans who proudly stay awake through the night just to watch her compete. Stadiums are now filled with Philippine flags, and her matches have become some of the most anticipated events of the tournament. But it isn't only her results that have captured people's attention. Fans admire her humility, her composure under pressure, and the respect she shows every opponent, whether she wins or loses. Those qualities have earned praise from fellow players, coaches, and commentators alike. At just a young age, Eala is already inspiring the next generation to believe that reaching the very top of tennis is possible. And if this Wimbledon run has proven anything, it's that her story is far from over. The biggest chapters may still be waiting to be written.
After being a breakdown in the first set, because I feel like in Paris I would just lose it straight. So, I was there to fight, it wasn't enough. For sure, I could play a little bit better, but she also played great and she used her chances and she went for it, In the tiebreak, I remember when it was tight, I slowed down a bit, but she was brave enough to, play a bit faster and you need to be brave on Wimbledon.
No matter what happens next, Wimbledon has changed the conversation around Alex Eala forever. She is no longer viewed as a talented youngster hoping to break through. She has shown that she can challenge and defeat the biggest names on tennis's grandest stages. Her journey from a young girl with an ambitious dream to one of the sport's fastest rising stars has inspired fans around the world, especially in the Philippines, where every victory feels like a moment of national pride. The road ahead will only become more difficult as expectations continue to rise, but if this tournament proved anything, it's that Eala thrives when the pressure is at its highest. The question is no longer whether she belongs among the elite. The real question is how many more unforgettable moments she's about to create. And if this remarkable run is any indication, the tennis world may only be witnessing the beginning of something truly special.